What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the final part in a three-part series talking about Tacoma mods and gear. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the gear that I always take out on the trail with me. I won't go off-roading without it, so it's going to be a great video. And as always, guys, I would love to hear your opinions on this list that I'm making. Drop a comment below. Tell me what things that you guys take out on the trail every time you go, and some of the gear that you guys really like to have with you every time you go off-roading. And as I mentioned in the last two videos, I will have links to all of these things down in the description. Some of them might be affiliate links, some might not, but this list is in no way driven off of those affiliate links. It's just a nice little bonus if you guys use them, so thanks for that. If you find this video useful at all, make sure to slap that like button, as it helps my video and my channel a ton. I'll be super grateful if you do that. In addition to that, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when all my new videos are coming out. With that said, let's get right into the video with the #1 spot on the list. Alright guys, so no surprise here. The thing that I always take out on the trail for me, or I guess I should say things, are traction boards. I always take these out on the trail with me because #1, they are attached to the roof of my truck at all times, and #2, they're super helpful and super easy to use for getting unstuck, and they're also pretty versatile. So I have a whole separate video talking about the traction boards that I have and some of the ways to use them. It's actually one of my older videos, pretty much when I started consistently posting on YouTube, so the quality isn't quite what it is with my newer videos, but I would still implore you guys to go check that out if you're interested. And another really cool thing, part of that video actually got featured in a Donut Media video.
If you need traction in slippery conditions, there are affordable and portable tracks that you can buy to help you get unstuck. The list goes on and on.
Which is super cool. I'll see if I could post a little clip of that as well. But yeah, guys, so traction boards are awesome to have out on the trail, whether you're using them to get unstuck out of mud, sand, clay, or any other type of terrain. They're great to have. You can kind of use them as like a bridge to help get over some obstacles and stuff like that. So they're definitely a great tool to have. All right, and the second item on this list is going to be an air compressor. So when I used to go off-roading, I never used to air down my tires, and the ride was always super rough. And the first time I got a legitimate air compressor, you know, not just those dinky little ones you get at Walmart, a serious air compressor, the Viair 300P, I started airing down pretty much every time I go out to the trail, and it's made a huge difference in ride quality and traction. So I would definitely recommend having an air compressor so you can air up and air down your tires. As some of you may know from previous videos, I also pair that with the Moreflate air up, air down system so that I can air up and air down all 4 of my tires at the same time, and it's super easy. But the air compressor that I bought actually has a built-in deflator on it, so you don't necessarily have to go out and buy something else if you want to be deflating your tires. But it's definitely a good thing to have both of those things, but mainly the air compressor because, like I said, it's always good to air down off-road, both for ride quality and traction. In addition to that, it's just nice to carry around if you ever catch a flat or something on the highway, just city driving or whatever. It's nice to have that in the truck. All right, and then the third thing that I always have with me when I'm going off-roading is a tow strap of some sort. Right now, I just have a cheap like 30-foot tow strap that I got off of Amazon, just pretty much for emergencies. If I get really stuck and I need someone to give me a pull, or if I come across someone on the trail and need to give them a pull, which has happened before. Definitely nice to have the tow strap in the truck and ready to go. And there are a few types that you can get, but of course I will link the one that I have in the description. I'm very interested in getting like a kinetic energy rope. Those are a lot better for getting people unstuck. The tow straps, you're not really supposed to yank on them because they'll break a little bit easier, whereas the kinetic tow straps or ropes are meant to stretch out, so it's meant to use that kinetic energy of yanking someone to help get the vehicle unstuck. So I definitely want to get one of those just for the future. But in addition to that, as I mentioned in the last video, I just got a winch, so I may not really need it. I think that'll probably serve as my main recovery gear going forward. All right, and then the fourth item on the list, super basic, super quick, take a shovel with you. Wherever you go, you'll probably want to shovel. Again, whether you're going in sand, mud, rocks, it's always nice to have a shovel, especially for me in Florida, going off-roading, going through mud. I have the shovel just in case I need to dig a wheel out or something. And in addition to that, I also use it a lot for just testing to see how deep some mud holes are and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about pretty much entering a mud hole and the water coming up over the hood or anything like that. Definitely nice to have a shovel. Obviously very versatile for many things, especially if you get ones that, you know, kind of have like a serrated edge that you can use as a little bit of a saw or something if you find a tree on the road. Definitely recommend a shovel. If you've been following my channel or my Instagram, you know I had a shovel mounted on my bed rack, but I have since sold the bed rack, so I need to find a new mounting point for the shovel, but I think I'm gonna end up just throwing it up on the Prinsu roof rack. Just like with the traction boards, just set it and forget it until I need it. All right guys, and then the final thing that I always have with me when going off-roading and won't leave the house without is a radio. So again, if you see my previous videos, I run a Midland MXT 275 GMRS radio. Man, that's a mouthful to say, but yeah, a GMRS radio. Super nice to have. All of my buddies around here that I go off-roading with, or I guess I should say most of them, are running GMRS, and in addition to that, it also works with the FRS handheld radios. So I definitely would recommend having some type of radio. Number one, if you're going off-roading with friends, you want to be able to communicate with them on the trail. It's nice to have a spotter telling you what to do through the radio, or just communicating with the people you're riding with just to know what trail you're going for next, or if you're going to stop for any breaks or anything like that. Super nice to have a radio for those purposes. In addition to that, if for whatever reason you're going out solo, super nice to have a radio just in case you get stuck. You can kind of just hop on, go through the channels and try to call for help or anything like that. The radio also has the NOAA weather service radio on there, or the broadcaster or whatever, so you can tune into that if you're out on a few days trip and don't really have phone service where you can check the weather. Super nice to have a radio. And definitely something important to have in my opinion, especially if you're doing like solo off-roading like I do sometimes. And then finally, I just wanted to give a quick honorable mention on this list, and that's just some miscellaneous tools that I have up in my gun case on my roof. Those tools have come in handy a couple times. If you watched my last off-roading video, I actually was the only person on the trail ride that had a wrench that he needed, so that was super nice. I would definitely recommend, if you have any spare tools or anything like that, throw it up in a gun case or in a bag in the back seat or something when you go off-roading. You never know what you're gonna need to fix or what you're gonna break, so it's always nice to have some options for tools and stuff. In my gun case, I just have like an assortment of wrenches. I have some zip ties. I think I have like a little saw in there and stuff like that. So definitely nice to have some tools if you're going off-roading. So it's definitely an honorable mention for this video. So make sure to get you some tools in your truck before you go off-roading. All right guys, so that is my quick list of items that I always take out on the trail with me every time I go off-roading. Again, I would love to hear what you guys think about my list. If you guys take anything different out with you, or if there are things that you will not go off-roading without. So make sure to drop a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, guys, I had a lot of fun doing this 3-part series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.